Well, so much for it just being a rumor. I think this pretty much seals the deal. So, yeah, this is a quick little article in Deadline. And, the upshot of it is the BBC refuses to deny the report that Jodie's quitting the show. The actual quote is down here. But BBC's spokesperson said, "We won't be commenting on any speculation around Jodie's future on the show." So I think that pretty much shuts the door on it. She's leaving, and then the next speculation will be who replaces her. If there is indeed a show that continues, apparently, so far, it's that Chibnall will remain. So showrunner Chris Chibnall will also remain with the BBC Studios produced series. Yeah. That's not good. So that's why. Is there a lot of cheering for Jodie to leave? Well, yeah, with him still there, it really doesn't matter. Hey, why would I say that? Well, here's a little take on all this from Cosmic Book News. Jodie quits, all that. Goes into it. And there's this bit, due to all the backlash and low ratings, Chibnall was forced to respond last February about Doctor Who's wokeness. Well, that's almost a year ago. So he responds to the problem of wokeness and gives his little bent here. He says, "They were adaptations of books that were written a long time ago, hundreds of years ago, but we were repurposing them for a contemporary audience." Yeah, you see a lot of repurposing, he calls it. Not just him, just complete reworking of history and historical stories because you need representation and all that. So if you have a certain royal family that's of a certain ethnicity, but it can't be all the same ethnicity as it really was, so you have to, you know the deal. So they need to speak to a contemporary audience. Well, a contemporary audience knows history, what it really was. Man, imagine being this blind and deep in a bubble, and represent a contemporary world as well as being stories set in our past. Well, why bother? They're not really in the past anymore, are they? You revamped them so much so they're unrecognizable. That's the point of adaptation. No, it isn't. When you take a story of fiction, like, for instance, Iron Man, the movie, and which stays true to the Iron Man story of how Iron Man began, but originally it took place in Vietnam. So, or it never really specified Vietnam. It said South Asian country, but that was the setup there. Well, by the time you get to the movie being made, they just changed it to Afghanistan. Well, all right, but it's the same story. He gets captured. He's forced to build weapons. Instead, he builds his Iron Man suit and escapes. He gets help from a fellow prisoner who ends up dying in the process, and it sets him on his path to becoming a hero. All right, same story happened point by point by point. The only thing that was really changed was the time it happened. It didn't happen in the early 60s, and the geographical location and the war that it's referring to. So that's an adaptation. There's, like, you can have a series of novels and you want to do a movie based on it, and they pick and choose the cool parts out of it and try to put it together, and it's a different medium, it's a film and all that sort of thing. You can understand that. But this tokenism nonsense that they keep patting themselves on the back about, no. And so that's what it means, you idiot. He says, "I really object when I hear the word woke used in a pejorative way. Because what does woke really mean?" Well, you've already stated it. If it means equality but being important and fair representation being important, then absolutely, that is important to me. Equality in the sense of superficial skin and genitals. That's all you are. That's all you will be. That's all that matters to the likes of Chibnall. Whether that is what woke means, I don't really know. Yeah, you do. But I do think that equality, fair representation, and portrayal are all things that matter hugely to the BBC, and it would be a dereliction of our duty if we didn't own those particular initiatives. Yes. Yeah. through very, very cheap, again, superficial, you're nothing but skin and genitals, placings, completely unnecessary. It's not about equality, it's about division. And that's what you do. And it's cheap, and it's a bit of a cover to where it's always about, creates all kind of fights and whatnot, so that people, in the hopes that they don't pay attention to just how bad a writer you are, that you have no science fiction concepts to speak of, and no real plot directions for your characters. And that's it. So it's all this lackluster, bland crap with this, well, we're doing representation and whatnot. Nobody liked it. Twitterverse is not the real world, and so you achieved nothing. Chibnall's Doctor Who has just collapsed into ruin. It has, the ratings are horrible, and so that's that. So yeah, they got another season coming because they already are filming it, so that's definitely coming. As for a 14th, I don't know, but they did give a little tease about what to expect. That's right, a new companion apparently. John Bishop boards the TARDIS for Series 13. He'll be a guy named Dan. So, which is odd. I mean, can you see what's wrong here? That's right, he's white and male. Oh. He's not ginger, but he looks to be blonde, and he's got blue eyes. Oh my God, Chibnall. What the hell? He's practically an Aryan. Oh, maybe he's the future Doctor and has a chameleon arc and doesn't realize it. Do you think they'll do that? Or perhaps he's actually the Ronnie. See, Ronnie Ginger swapped too, and has a chameleon arc and does it, and it gets revealed. Maybe that's the big plot for Dan. So there he is. He's a dude, working class dude. And he's going to, because his horoscope reveals that he's going to have some adventure. So he'll end up on the TARDIS. I guess he's just supposed to be a slightly younger Graham, or he's probably the same age. I don't know. But there you go. Dan will be there. So we have Chris Chibnall again. It's time for the next chapter of Doctor Who, and it starts with a man called Dan. See, it rhymes. Great, isn't it? Oh, we've had to keep this one secret for a long, long time. Yes, no one was asking, so it couldn't have been that hard. Our conversation started with John even before the pandemic hit. The character of Dan was built for him, and it's a joy to have him aboard the TARDIS. Well, that sounds like there's some sort of story arc deal if they were talking about this for that long. So yeah, I was kidding, but maybe maybe he's the Ronnie. Matt Stevens, executive producer, BBC Studios, says, "It's been a total joy having John join the cast, and we've been having a lot of fun on set already. We can't wait for you to meet Dan when the show returns later this year." Piers Wanger, controller of BBC Drama, said, "We are beyond thrilled to have John Bishop joining Doctor Who. Alongside Jodie Whittaker and Mandeep Gill, John is a wonderful addition to the show, and we have no doubt that Series 13 is going to be another thrilling set of adventures for the Doctor." Well, that's not exactly accurate. It would be the only thrilling set of adventures if it achieves that, because the other two never delivered any of that. So there you go. The Doctor will return with Yaz and Dan. And, will Dan be like a rival for the Doctor's affections to make Yaz jealous? Is that what he's supposed to be? Because, Yaz and the Doctor are supposed to get it on. So, there, you got that to look forward to. Yeah. But the problem is there's nothing to celebrate because Chibnall's still there. So it really doesn't matter. Even if he makes this guy the Doctor, you're going to watch this poor guy suffer the way Capaldi did under terrible scripts, only even worse than that. So, yeah. Chibnall leaving as well would spur a lot of interest, I think. Just that alone, you'd probably get a bump in the ratings. They're going to get a bump in the ratings a little bit for the Regeneration episode, because hell, now that I realize it's true that she actually is leaving, even I might tune in. So you'll get some of that, but with Chibnall staying there, it just didn't do it. And in fact, Chibnall announcing he's leaving and Jodie staying would even be better. I I don't think Jodie can do much. It's not Jodie's fault, and that's true. It's not Jodie's fault in a lot of ways. It's always more the showrunner's fault and head writer and all that. But she really brings nothing there. And but with a different writer and someone who actually cares about the character of Doctor Who, might have had some better episodes for her. And it could limp along until she finally decides she's had enough. But I think she may have stayed too long already. It was obviously a wise decision on her part to get out of there, and I think she desperately needs to do that to salvage for her own career. She's got to move on. She's got to do other shows. The idea was that it was going to put her name out there and open up possible other doors, but yeah. So anyway. I don't have much hope for Doctor Who anymore. But anyway, I think it's pretty well confirmed she's leaving. So there you go. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.